Hey over there, Joe Lunchbox.
Enjoy Nightingale.
Today we've landed right here in Mineola on Long Island in New York. Now we're going to go to an attraction that we've never been to before. In fact, I really don't know what to expect. I'll tell you what it is, and tell you what I know, and tell you what could be. So, we're going, and we're going to bring you along to a spot called the Long Island Monster Gallery. Now, that's all I know.
Yep.
Actually, no, I know a little more.
No, we know a little bit.
There are figures that artists have created of classic movie monsters and villains and horror things. I don't know if it's set up that it's a selfie museum. You take photos with these sculptures. I don't know if there's haunts or people jump out at you or anything like that. I don't know if it's like just theatrical sets with these things in it. All I know is I'm allowed to video it, so I get to bring you along with us as we figure this out together. Joy doesn't love haunts. She doesn't like people jump scaring her. So when we love celebrating Halloweens, we try to find things that are scary, spooky, all that aren't haunts. Mm-hmm. So when I found out there is a gallery, I'm going to say museum, based on monsters on Long Island, where we live, we had to go check it out. And we're happy that we're able to. We're happy we were able to bring you along. So if you like kind of things like this, like monsters and Halloween and spookiness, you should like this video. And if you want to see more of it, you should subscribe to our channel, ring the notification bell. You know, all the good stuff, comments, and share with your friends, the whole kit and caboodle. Come on, just do it. Just do it. I appreciate it. Really love you. Come on. You know you want to. All right. But I think it's time for the Long Island Monster Gallery. All right. Step right up. Let's go for this ride. You see the red lights going? This is weird. Like, we're in an industrial, area. It's not a spot I would expect. This is a reservation only. We signed up on their website to come do it. I was happy when it said photo and video allowed. The gallery features displays that include flashing lights and sounds, so be careful if that's sensitive to that. Please speak with our staff if you have any concerns prior to entering these events. I'm just excited. How do you feel? Are you ready for 2 floors of monsters?
I am ready for more theatrical figures of monsters.
But you're walking in with the monster.
I can control that one.
True. You just feed him ice cream and then he's in control. Awesome. Starting with Nosferatu. A Symphony of Horror is a 1922 silent film. So you don't want to use flash in here anyway. That was one of the rules. Don't touch, don't use flash. Kurt Barlow's from Salem Lot. It's based on a 1975 novel, Salem's Lot, by author Stephen King. It is a cool set. I love everything. Yeah, the curtains, the walls, the candelabra. He looks so real. I'm waiting for him just to sit up. But I know I don't have to worry about that. He's already been staked. Sorry, pal. The Fly. Oh my god, I'm loving it.
This is so cool.
I know, this isn't the Jeff Goldblum film. This is The Fly, 1958 American deluxe color science fiction horror film, directed by Kurt Newman. From the figure.
I love the whole bubbling.
Yeah,
behind.
The bubbles behind, but not just having the bubbles, but having the sound effects that go with it.
Yeah.
And I love we even have old movie poster for it. Hopefully you make me a good potion. One that could regrow me hair. I don't want to be a fly, sorry. And each figure has a little history thing. Welcome, foolish mortals, to the Monster Gallery. Oh, I love the creatures from Black Lagoons popping out of the ceiling. Oh, we got all the classics in here.
Oh my gosh.
From left to right, the graduating class, The Phantom of the Opera, 1925 American silent horror film adaptation of Gaston Leroux's novel Le Phantom de l'Opera, with Lon Chaney in the starring role.
Bride and groom.
Yeah. We have Frankenstein's monster and the Bride of Frankenstein. Well, from Frankenstein. In 1931, Universal Pictures' Us to the World of Frankenstein. The film was directed by James Whale and remains one of horror's most iconic and hits of the silver screen. And the bride. I love her face. She looks very shocked.
Like, oh my gosh, I'm getting married.
Joy.
What?
Don't tell my mommy I'm here looking at monsters. The Mummy with Boris Karloff. And Dracula with Bela Lugosi. He's come to drink your blood. I do love the little fun facts about it. When Lugosi died in 1956, he was buried wearing one of his many black silk capes. There have been many rumors about Lugosi throughout his career, including his involvement with the occult. Look how epic this room is. And I love with the Phantom of the Opera, we actually get the organ with spider webs and all. What happens if you take the ring off the mummy's finger? We'll never find out. We're not allowed to touch the figures. Remember the rules. Oh, we have the creepy dolls here. Yeah. I love how they're popping out of the trunk. Lightning effects. But you might be like, oh, nothing was moving. Nothing gets creepy. Until we get a little Psycho reference here. Mom rocking in front of the Bates Motel no vacancy sign. I like her missing lips. You see the nice teeth.
Yeah, that's a deep rock.
This is really creepy but awesome.
This is pretty.
Watch out above you, Joy.
I am a Tiffany fan. Hold on.
Chucky Bride of Chucky and Seed of Chucky. I don't think creating them was some child's play. These are awesome. Chucky, Tiffany, Jennifer Tilly, Redman, Seed of Chucky. Here's Johnny. Look at him breaking through, and I love how these are different artist interpretations with the axe busting through the door. You can see he's glaring at you right here. And there's Jack Torrance, The Shining. The Shining is a 1980 psychological horror film directed by Stanley Kubrick based on Stephen King's novel. Red Rum. M-U-R-D. Murder! It's crazy. It's Kubrick breaking down the bathroom door. It took 3 days to get the scene, and he had to chop through 60 doors to get the right shot. And Linda Blair from The Exorcist. I like it. I guess the exorcism didn't work, so they just locked her up here. A realistic replica dummy of Linda Blair, but used when Reagan's head twists 360 degrees. Although it looks incredibly convincing, tedious lighting effects were used to sell the shocking stunt. The photo here shows Linda posing next to the dummy. And there's Linda actually posing with the dummy. Why do I have a feeling, Joy, you're silhouetted out in a clown room? Oh, down to we have like the scariest show on earth. This is awesome. What dreams are made of, the scariest show on earth. Okay,
Like
clowns are all around.
They're even from outer space.
They are from all around, from outer space. We have killer clowns from outer space.
That's even cooler. So originally, they were titling it just Killer Clowns, and they felt that it would have been too much more sounding like a slasher type of thing. Mm-hmm. That's why they added from outer space.
From outer space. I love these figures, the ray guns, the whole.
This and Shorty were kind of my favorite.
Which one?
I liked when he did like the puppet show. And then Shorty.
I know.
Shorty's my favorite.
Well, that's not the only clowns we have here. Terrifier. Oh. Terrifier is a 2016 American slasher film written, produced, and directed by Damien Leone. Art the Clown. Numerous murders of Art the Clown. Now you see, Art the Clown. What creeps me about Art the Clown is horror films like Freddy has his claws, Michael Myers has his butcher knife, Jason has his machete. But Art, he used whatever he got. He could stab you, he could shoot you. He was like, his weapon choice was opportunistic, which was made it a little creepier. We have Pennywise from It. We all float down here. I'm going for more of a Tim Curry style Pennywise here. Imagine the budget was monumental for television. A whopping $12 million was given for the creation of the horror project, which was just a 2-night television event, which was double the usual TV movie budget in 1990. It does have that circus feel tent. And Art looking at me, all those look like figures. He looks like he's gonna just turn and jump at you. Oh yeah, I'm happy. Look at Slimer.
Really cool.
My favorite Joy Slimer.
Yeah.
I wasn't expecting this one, but I didn't know who to expect here, like I said. Based on Stephen King's Misery, directed by Rob Reiner, James Caan, and here we have Kathy Bates. The scene where you use that sledgehammer still gives me chills in my soul. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, go watch Misery. It'll give you chills in your soul too.
No, it was funny. It's saying in one scene in Ghostbusters, they actually witnessed Dan Aykroyd and crew making a real getaway. He's actually driving the ectomobile as they're being chased by a security guard. A real security guard.
They might not be afraid of ghosts, but they're afraid of security guards. I was not expecting. I mean, when you think, it might not be considered a horror movie, but one of the best villains and monsters, the witch from Wizard of Oz.
So, obviously, you know, in Wizard of Oz, when they do the puff of smoke, basically she's supposed to be disappearing. But one of the times, they didn't give her enough time to get ready to exit. So basically, it started like a little fire, and she wound up suffering third-degree burns.
And then they threw water on her and she melted. It was this whole thing. A little trick-or-treat. I actually really like Trick-or-Treat. And the character, Sam, awesome. I like that it wasn't just one killer. And it was stories that all intertwined and formed one story. But they were all like little individual stories together in one. Awesome movie. Could you imagine Trick-or-Treat wasn't originally supposed to be called Trick-or-Treat? They wanted to call it Season's Greetings, but they were afraid it would sound too much like a Christmas movie, which it would. I would have loved to see the people's faces that went to see it, thinking it might be a Christmas movie. I don't know how you can think it's a Christmas movie and this is what you see. The Crypt Keeper. I love how they used the old comic books to make his book here. Did you know special effects artist Kevin Yeager was brought in to create the Crypt Keeper? If you recognize the name, it's because his work is widely known in the horror industry. Yeager had previously worked on the original Child's Play, making the Chucky doll. Awesome. We have the Demogorgon from Stranger Things, a Netflix original series.
I have a question.
Demogorgon just gets some black fabric behind him. I guess they couldn't build the hole upside down.
Who is that?
I love like the muscles, the ripples in this thing.
Who's that?
This is so cool. But we're about to come, Joy, to my all-time top slasher movie, top horror movie, and one of my top movies. You know why? Because every town has an Elm Street. One, Mr. Freddy Krueger. I loved him. This is one of the greatest movies of all time. Robert Englund played this part so amazing. Yes, the first movie, super scary, amazing slasher film. The rest became campy, but it was fun because Robert Englund still could be scary and campy all in one. Oh, I don't know. I loved it. I like when he was just a child killer that got burnt. I didn't like in the remakes when they made him more of a child molester that got burned. Just let him be a random killer. If Nancy doesn't wake up screaming, she won't wake up at all. What I love about this original movie poster, when you see top billing, is John Saxon. He played Nancy's father. Not Nancy, the main star, who got third billing. Look how far down Johnny Depp is. Imagine early Johnny Depp movies. No one knew who he was. And Robert Englund, of course, gets the "and" because you don't want to know it's Robert Englund. You want to believe that's Freddy. And you watch that movie, you believe that's Freddy. Maybe if we hide in this cabin, we'll be okay.
No.
We're heading to Camp Crystal Lake, established 1935, to see Jason Voorhees. I wanted to see, like, I know it's not the original one, but then again, he wasn't in the original Friday the 13th. We need a different movie poster with you. But I want to see, like, the chest go, the shoulders going up and down with the breathing. That was one of the main things that sold Kane hotter as Jason Voorhees, Friday the 13th. One day I'm going to go do the tour. It is a Boy Scout camp stuff, but they do have tours very rarely. I love the photos show legendary special effects artist Tom Savini. Look at a young Tom Savini. And then we have Leatherface. This is a crazy fact. Hooper originally wanted the picture to be rated PG, but PG-13 wasn't invented until 1984, and this was made in 1974. And I love that hook. You see him pick up the girl, and in your mind, when you remember that movie, a lot of people think you actually see the hook go through her. You never see it. It's a movie that was supposedly one of the most goriest, hardly have any gore. Except, I'll be honest, when I was a little kid, like 12, I convinced my dad to let me watch it, and we rented it from RKO Videos, when there was still RKO Videos. And the scene where they pick up the hitchhiker and he cuts his own hand open, I was done. We turned off, we returned the movie. I didn't see it till much later in life. Hellraiser. I would think if you wanted to kill Pinhead, you could just hammer in that center nail and it will give him a lobotomy. I always remember seeing the trailers for this when I was a little kid. And then when I got old enough to watch it, I watched it and went, oh, that's not that bad. It's a good horror movie. But the trailer, when I was like 6 years old watching that trailer, I thought that thing was going to be so much scarier. I do love the memes going around where the guy orders Cinnabites and he gets Cenobites. Because it's funny. Ending with Michael Myers, John Carpenter's Halloween. He's in 1978. Independent slasher film. Directed and scored by John Carpenter. That's what I love. A lot of people don't realize that he didn't just make the movie, that he scored the whole movie too. Movie star Jamie Lee Curtis in her film debut. Now such a major actress. I didn't know the original mask was an altered Captain Kirk mask from Star Trek. Lucille Ball for Desi Ball Studios fought for Star Trek to become a thing. She wanted that to be made by her studios. So just think, if Lucille Ball didn't fight for Star Trek, there would never have been a Captain Kirk mask, and then there would never be John Carpenter's Halloween. So we own John Carpenter's Halloween thanks to Lucille Ball. And last video we come to is Beetlejuice, as they're playing My Nightmare on Elm Street music. You see? Beetlejuice. If I say it one more time, does he come alive and talk to me?
We're not going to test that.
Beetlejuice. I tested it, he didn't come to life. Oh, I love, he actually has the handbook for the recently deceased. I also love how Beetlejuice is spelled. Beetlejuice, a 1988 comedy horror film directed by Tim Burton. It is crazy. In '88, Michael Keaton worked with Tim Burton, and this is how he portrayed. A year later, he worked with Tim Burton as Batman. I love Beetlejuice. You win. I think you are the scariest thing in this museum. Just rocking. In the dark, occasionally the light comes on, I see your face. We're trying to remember all these movies are from. We have Annabelle, we have Goosebumps, we have Saw. What is this clown and this puppet? I was like, it's not Magic with Anthony Hopkins. What are you two from? Speak to me. Tell me what you're from. Okay. Either not from Goosebumps. The clown and this guy are from a movie called Dead Silence. And this one is from The Twilight Zone. Billy, why didn't you tell me that when I was asking? So there you have it. Long Island Monster Gallery. I didn't know what to expect. Pleasantly surprised. We were afraid it was going to be like a haunt type thing. I knew it said it wasn't, and it was just scenes, but you never know what you're walking into.
Yeah.
And that was awesome. It's exactly what I hoped it was. It was beautiful sets with awesome sculptures of some of our favorite monsters and villainy characters.
Yep.
Like when I said Monster Gallery, I wasn't expecting Kathy Bates from Misery.
Well, that is a monster.
Oh,
Different
yeah.
type of monster. The monster.
That movie's psychological, yeah. good though. I liked it. Or I wasn't expecting like The Witch from Wizard of Oz, which fits, but I was thinking more classic Universal and classic slasher. Joy saw some Killer Clowns.
I'm so happy.
From Outer Space, her favorite. It's not like Art or Pennywise. So she could, Killer Clowns from Outer Space, yes.
Yeah.
And any day I get to hang out with Freddy Krueger is a good day with me. I love this. Like, we've been traveling the country, and we love Tom Devlin's Monster Museum out in...
Oh my god, yes.
Is it Boulder City? Boulder? I know it's right outside Las Vegas. If you go to Las Vegas and you don't go to Tom Devlin's, you are nuts. That's all I have to say. We went. We'll put a link to that video down below.
Him.
I love that place so much.
See his stuff. It's amazing.
Seeing that he works in movies and then creates stuff. Awesome. I know there's stuff like this in Salem. They don't allow filming Count Orlocks. But when I learned there was one on Long Island, and it's in like this weird industrial spot, I was like, yeah. Yes, we need to go. We have to share it with you. Incredible. You agree?
Yes, 100%.
Yeah. I think we call it, though.
I think so.
Long Island Monster Gallery. So happy that we've been here, done that. Remember, folks, safe travels.
Good eats.
And live life.